Hello, welcome to the video diary down in Saskatoon. Obviously, there's my new building up there. Well, it's not a new building, but it's the first time that I've been in it. There's entertainment and everything. The 2nd Avenue Sidewalk sale is in its 4th decade of happening, and there's loads of things for sale, loads of people out having lunch, and the food trucks are here, and let's have a look around. So there we go, time to get back to the office, and after work I will, I'll answer the AMA questions. It is my 40th, I did promise. So here I am back in the office, and it's 6:13 p.m. on July the 7th. So I'm 40 years old in one day. That's the last time I'm going to mention it. I've got the questions from the Ask Me Anything, which are here. Thank you to everyone that has sent in questions from Australia, the UK, Canada, America, and other parts of Europe as well, so thank you. I can't answer everything because this video will be incredibly long and no one's going to watch it, but maybe you'll learn something about me that you don't know already, and maybe this will confirm things that you do already know. Start with the first one. Aside from family and friends, what do you miss about the UK? There are foods that I miss, and I've mentioned them before in video. Bovril. Can't get Bovril here. And clotted cream. Cream teas. Can't get a proper Ploughman's. Haven't had a proper Ploughman's here, but I do miss them. But aside from food, I know that I didn't go down to Bournemouth Beach an awful lot when I lived in London, but that ability to go, well, okay, I'm going to go down to Bournemouth for the weekend. I miss the ability to go there and walk along or sit in the car on the prom or wherever it is, just to see it. And seeing it on a live webcam or someone else's video is not the same. It's just that ability to go and see it. It's the same as if you live anywhere else in the world and there's something you remember from your childhood. I'm sure it's exactly the same. Favourite sport to watch? I don't think that would surprise anyone. Formula 1. As Lily and Nicola say, cars going round and round and round. But that's fine, because it's the stories behind it. It's about the drama of the drivers, the technology, the the incidents in the off season, that kind of thing. That interests me. This one definitely came from inside Canada. What is the best thing about living in Canada? People, very friendly people, and there's, well, poutine. Let's go back to food. Poutine. It's basically chips, cheese, and gravy, but it's not regular cheese, it's cheese curds, which the sound sounds horrific, but it's actually really nice. The other thing is I love having 4 proper seasons. In the UK, it's just been mediocre weather for a number of years, certainly in London, and so I miss having a spring, summer, autumn and winter, and I like snow. Lots of people throughout the winter here were going, oh, stop saying you like winter. I like winter. I can breathe better with my crappy lungs. So, yeah, winter. Snow. Particularly, I love snow. Okay. As a child, say 12 or 13 years old, what did you envisage what your life was going to be like at 40? I can't say that I was ever looking. It's like one of those interview questions where they ask you, where do you see yourself in 10 years' time? I don't know. I've got an idea of where I'd like to go, but I don't know whether that's going to pan out. I don't know. At the age of, what was it, 12 or 13, I was so busy dealing with bullying and being bullied that I was just looking to get home at night. I mean, it sounds like such a miserable time that I had at Twynham, but I loved it, but it wasn't the best experience of my life. Let's put it that way. As you finished university, what did you envisage your career and future to hold 20 years down the track? Well, I didn't go to university. Some of you might be surprised by that. I think that others wouldn't be surprised by that. I'm dyslexic, and that has been either a real or emotional or a mental barrier to me going to university for the longest of time. And I've looked at it a number of times, and I may do it when I retire. That's when I think I'm going to do it. I've done a lot of professional training and diplomas and certification and further education, and you know, that's all led me to where I am today. So if I just look at that kind of as I finished university, so what age would that be? 21, 22? I don't know. Well, I mean, that's again to now. So did I at the age of 21, 22 know that I'd be doing this? No, because I was getting out of IT and just starting in the media. So now I would have probably thought I would have been really established in the media world in London. That's where I probably would have thought I would have been. If you had the opportunity to change one thing throughout your 40 years, what would that be and why? At the age of 19, I was manipulated by my first real heavy relationship. I was manipulated by the person I was in a relationship with. Emotionally, it was just a difficult world for her, and I didn't come off that well from it. And I don't wish that I hadn't met her. I wish I'd known her character and flaws before going on that journey, because it might have just taken a different path. It might have been healthier. Oh, that's opened a can of worms. Where do you see yourself in 10 years' time? In the video, tell yourself what you see yourself... in the video, tell yourself what you see for yourself in 10 years' time. And a memory that's... Sorry, it's gone off the side of the screen. And a memory that's fresh and something that'll put a smile on your face when you remember back. A moment capture, I call them. Terry, that's a great question. I know that in the next 10 years I will be leading a firm, and I'm very excited with the direction that the world's going in. I think as long as I'm problem solving for people, as long as I'm helping clients and community move in the right direction, then I'll do okay. And it's the kids will be what, 13 and 16. 10 years time, I will probably be dealing with teenagers, and I will be smiling every day, looking back at this moment, sat in this very office, thinking, did I really say that? I'm sure the kids are going to be great. I just want them to be happy and healthy, and you know, then I'll be happy. Scrolling down. On moving to Canada, what was the biggest risk? No one's actually asked me why we moved to Canada, but I've kind of dealt with that in previous videos. So, on moving to Canada, what was the biggest risk? There's two really. There's the pure cost of relocation. There's the cost of all the paperwork. Every time you submit paperwork, it costs a bit more. There's the instability of being a temporary foreign worker, of not knowing if your permit's going to be renewed, so then you'd have to ship everything back again and double your costs. It's going to take time for us to recoup what it's cost to get here. The quality of life here is great, the people are amazing, so it's kind of financial stability now, but I'm playing a long game. playing the long game, sports analogy. When it comes to, hold on, is this, oh, this is more about work now. When it comes to marketing, what makes you cringe? If anyone, now I'm talking to you, right? If anyone ever says in an advert, I want to see best kept secret, that's the one. If it's a best kept secret, you just tell them a story wrong, or not at all, or you're spending all your money against the wall, or you're in the wrong ad format. If you're a best kept secret, no one knows about you, or very few people do. That's poor marketing. Best podcast. Ooh, well, I'm going to start with Humble and Fred in Toronto. It's awesome. Two guys from the world of radio went out on their own, said, stuff it, we don't need networks, we can do this our way. And they've done very well. And they're on Sirius XM 168 in the mornings. But it's not just comedy that I like. I also listen to arts and drama and some fan stuff as well. But science on Radio 5 Live, I used to listen to Dr. Carl on Up All Night on Radio 5 Live. He's got a podcast with his Australian network, and so Dr. Carl, I absolutely recommend it. If you want to know everything about the world of science in a really plain English way, Dr. Carl is the way to do it. Fantastic communicator. And then I like to keep up on British news, so The World at One from Radio 4. So those are all actually radio shows as well as podcasts. I think I've got such a list, and I might do this again, but I think I'm going to finish with this one. Something we do not know about you. I have always loved boxing. I've watched boxing forever. And it was my grandmother who used to love watching boxing and the wrestling as well. So actually, boxing and pro wrestling. If you didn't know that about me, now you do. I do love them very much. I also like MMA, watching MMA as well. Someone as mildly spoken as I am, I like MMA. Something else you don't know. Actually, there are other things, but you're going to have to wait till the next video. I'm going to do this again. I will do this again. I'll do it again at the end of the year, because you remember, I'm only committing at this moment to doing 1 year of weekly videos. So this is a very long video because it's my 40th birthday. And aside from anything else, a big thank you for all the birthday wishes. It was really touching, and thank you for the messages, and a big thank you to my sister, who I love dearly, for all of the embarrassing pictures of when I was young and I had hair. And there's one particular photo which was just fantastic, where it's a very young picture of my sister, very young picture of me, our au pair, and my mum as well, which my dad took. If you have a look at that one made me cry a little bit. It made me full of very happy tears. Thank you very much for watching. This isn't a normal video. I wanted to do this, and there was interest, and there's lots of questions, and I will do this again at the end of the year. You take care, and thank you so much for watching.